Okay.
Hi, everyone. Well done. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, anywhere you're listening to us in the world. My name is Benedicta Ade, so I'll be hosting this Valentine Valentine chat. This is Core Foundation, and we are an NGO that caters to underserved girls in Nigeria, and we also empower women who need support, women who cannot really fend for themselves but have the skill they want to. So we are all out for those type of women and girls who want to study, who are good but they don't have the means. So that's what Core Foundation is about. We support girls' education, we support women's empowerment. So today is Valentine's Day, and what is it's just a time to celebrate love. So we are here to have this relaxing conversation. Is not something uptight, yes. So we want to have this relaxing conversation whereby people can pick lessons from this, and we're sure that you're going to pick something. So I would like to introduce my co-host. Her name is Peace. So Peace, could you please introduce yourself briefly before I introduce our speakers to the audience? So I think we have a technical internet issue with my co-speaker, so she'll be when she's here to introduce herself briefly. So I'd like to introduce one of our speakers. Her name is Miss Shukro Bankole. So she's a student, and I would like her to introduce herself briefly before I introduce Mr. Gamini.
Yeah, good
Miss
evening,
Shukro.
everyone. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good day, everyone. So my name is Shukra Bankole. A data analyst, a researcher, and a communications person. And I currently volunteer for Core Foundation as the grant researcher and writer.
Thank you so much, Miss Shukro. We'd like to have you, Mr. Gamalo.
So, good evening, everyone. Uh, as I said, my name is Gamaliel Adebayo, and I am a student of biomedical engineering at the University of Lagos.
Thank you so much for introducing yourselves. Um, Wherever you're listening from, today we'll be having what's Valentine's program without giveaway. Yes, there'll be giveaway. So just follow us as we go and enjoy yourself. So we'll be dropping trivia questions on screen, and do well to answer them. It's going to be fastest finger first, so that you can get something amazing for yourself. I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to give you expo. So now, just as soon as you see the question, so don't just listen in, watch us so that you can pick something. So on your screen, we'll be having the trivia questions. Once it's time, you just see the question pop up, and you just give it time. Answer it. Drop wherever you're listening from. It could be Instagram, it could be Facebook. So you can decide not to be selfish. Tag somebody, share to somebody, let them watch so that they can also get something. Who knows? Might even be your friend that will be winning this. So thank you so much. We need to dive into our conversation. Yeah, so you can drop your comments as our speakers are talking. You can also drop your comments, and we may have your comments on display very soon. So thank you so much. Um, Before we dive in, I would like Peace to introduce herself to us, our audience. Yeah, if you can hear me, Peace, you can introduce yourself now. So I think the network is
This is
really,
off again.
yes, I think the network is really bad. So now let's just move on, moving forward. So this is it's Valentine's time, and the first thing on people's mind is prioritizing themselves. They just want it's me first, it's me first. They just want to talk about themselves. Uh it's not everybody that is in a relationship, but at least you have yourself to yourself. So that's the first like this self-relationship is yourself first. So now let's just discuss about prioritizing yourself. So I would like to start with Mr. Gamaliel. Now, looking at you're a student, and there's a possibility that you are how do I call it now? You are um, interning, volunteering, or doing something on the side besides school. So, how do you, prioritize self care in this, or let's say self care, self love in this, amidst all this plenty things you're doing?
Yeah. Um, it's indeed a lot, to be fair. Uh, Even just being an engineering student alone is a lot. So, um, I think for me,
Yeah.
it's being self-aware or self-conscious. So taking a moment, no matter how little, to step back, to reconsider. So in all of this pressure and everything that is going on, to ask myself, why am I doing what I'm doing, or um, to reflect on everything that has happened, to good, to bad. Okay, how do I um, maybe make better decisions next time, or what could I change, what could I have done better, to just spend the moment um, with myself and just do those checks. And those periods are like, it's a really intimate moment with myself. And I feel like from experience, many of those um, moments of just reflecting and being conscious, like um, I think I find many personal breakthroughs. I make major decisions in those moments. And um, I would say maybe I even add one, maybe before this call. So I, I had I had the moments that I set off. So it's really relaxing. So just taking a moment to focus on my breath and how I'm feeling, and be self-conscious of everything that is going on. So it's a really loving ceremony in quotes for me.
Hmm. A loving ceremony. I like that. So, Shukra, you like to jump in on that. So now I would like to put you in a position of a busy Lagosian now. Going with the
Okay.
hustle and the bustle, and the hustle and bustle of Lagos, 9 to 5 traffic, and you still have to consider self care, self love. Let's see how you would prioritize yourself.
Okay, all right. I think the first thing I would like to say is that in everything we are doing, we should understand that we cannot pour from an empty cup. We have to like fill ourselves up. We have to love
Hmm.
ourselves first, like
That's true.
fill up ourselves actually. So whenever I realize that I need that moment, that me moment, I have to take it. I One of the ways I do it is by relieving myself of any other tasks that I have to do at that moment when my body is not requesting for work and my body is requesting for rest. I take it. I take a break. So what I do is in most times I work with my laptop. I work on my laptop. So whenever I feel I need that time to rest, to have my me time, I just neglect my laptop. I take up my phone, surf through social media to laugh, watch fun things. Another way is by watching movies and snacking on things where I don't get to think about work because we work, 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 work. When do we not have time to take care of ourselves? Do
Rest.
you understand? So I have to like take care of myself first because an healthy mind is a wealthy mind. If I
Mm.
don't if I don't like take care of myself, I will not be able to work efficiently or effectively. I will not be able to deliver. So I have to like have a me time. Another way I actually tend to like manage this kind of um, hustling and bustling Lagosian life or too many tasks is by saying no to unnecessary commitment or tasks that would take that would take too much of my time without me considering myself first or considering myself too. There are times whereby actually I don't really like to say no to most things, but there are times I tend to consider myself that if my body is working too much, it is going to ask for it. So if I'm going to take any task or do any task, it has to be worth it. And if it is not going to be worth it, I am going to say no to it. I am going to set it aside. So that's one of the ways I tend to manage too many activities or if I want to multitask and my body is asking for rest or is asking for relaxation, I do it. I don't have to like travel somewhere before I take a rest, or I don't have to like go on expensive vacation before I take a rest. I take a rest within my home, watch movies, surf through social media, or read books aside work. So that's how I tend to manage this kind of
Thank you so
activities.
much. I picked that we
Yeah, thank
cannot
you.
pour some from an empty mind. Like you need to be filled to be able
Yes,
to pour
yes,
out.
you
Yes,
have to fill
and
yourself
you
up.
need to stay in one corner to be able to regain that strength they are pushing out, and that's very
Exactly.
important. Now, since we are
Yes.
redefining love in this our, with our chat, I would like to just ask the both of you very quickly and briefly. Um, this generation has their mentality about self love,
Mm.
and sometimes they even see it as they feel like even self love has to come from somebody.
Yeah.
That's the that's how it looks like. They want that love to come from somebody, self love, but there is this misconception, and I don't get. So let's just help us redefine self love, especially to this generation. So, Mr. Deba, you can go first.
Hmm. Redefining self love.
Yes,
Well, I think, oh, I don't, I if anyone is expecting self love
self love
from another
from
person,
outside.
don't know if that's still self love. So, uh, if anyone needs a redefinition, self love comes from yourself
Simple.
to uh, yourself. Even though I think sometimes loving yourself might channel into other people, because for you to maybe get complete fulfillment, maybe in yourself, uh, maybe there are a group of people you want to see happy, like your family, your friends, um, and all loved ones you have. So, uh, but it has to come from yourself at the end of the day.
So,
So that's what I'd say.
Mm.
thank you, Miss Shukra.
All right. Thank you. So about self-love. So I'd like to put it as saying that you have to be self-aware, and always divert like criticism to self-acceptance. No matter the kind of person you have, if you have any kind of disabilities, be insecurities that you think people are going to judge you about, you have to first accept yourself. Know the kind of person you are. Know what are the things that define you. Don't let people define you actually. So you have to understand that okay, people will have different things to say about you, but if you know yourself, you are self aware and you love yourself, you understand the kind of person you are. Whatever people are saying about you does not matter because you know you and you love you. So self love is very important, especially in this kind of in this kind of generation that we are. Things people are going through a lot of things. People are going through a lot of things, no matter the country, the country or the state that you have. We are all going through a lot of things. But when it comes to you trying to make life easy with yourself, you have to like practice that self love. Be self aware, love yourself, understand yourself. Know that people will say anything about you, no matter how good or how bad you are, how good looking or bad looking you are, people are going to say anything and everything about you. But once you're self-aware and you love the kind of person you are, no matter the your kind of beauty, no matter your kind of your complexion, no matter the kind of level of education you attain, no matter the kind of work you're doing, love yourself and appreciate the kind of person that you are. That's just what I'm going to say about
Thank you
self-love and
so
how the
much.
society perceive it to be.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you for your response. We should know ourselves, be self-aware, and it's so that you will not confuse self-love to be coming from outside. It has to be from you. Yes. Thank you so much for that. Now,
Really.
As young people now, even in this society, you were talking about self awareness. Being aware of yourself, knowing who you are, knowing what
Mm.
you're capable of doing. Now there are different standards that this generation has put in place, especially when it comes to our physique, how we look, how we are, and everything. Now, so I'll start from you, Shukro. How do you promote self love that has to do with your body positivity? Like, just make sure that even no matter what people are saying, like you said, they will say a lot of things. How will people, because you might be saying this because now somebody is out there who is easily swayed by everything and anything they see online. So how would you encourage such a person to promote themselves beyond, my body is my body, the way I look is the way I look? How, no
Mm.
matter what society is placing out there, how do you encourage the young person to just keep positive with their body? Yeah, Miss Shukro, you can go.
Okay, so how I tend to promote like self-love, no matter your kind of your beauty standard actually. And what I do is to like understand myself, like I say, and accept the kind of person I am. So and also I tend to like be self-acceptance, accept the kind of person I am, and always change criticism to yeah to acceptance. I'll try
Change the
to
net.
put myself in this kind of situation. I'm a and someone who is not, or I will call them maybe short. So it's this thing like you don't have to put it to my face. You don't have to tell me that. You don't have to like make it a big deal. So whenever anybody is saying such thing, I'm not angry about it. I just correct them by saying, okay, I am tall, but you are taller. You don't have to use the word short before you say I am short. I am tall, but you are taller, or you are the tallest. You understand? Most times I find myself in a situation or in rooms where I am tall and there are other taller people or tallest people. Remember, I did not say short. I said I find myself in a room where I am like the tall person and they are taller or other tallest people. So I tend to change this criticism to acceptance. I know you don't have to tell me. So let me have accepted I am close to average height, but don't put it to my face by saying you are short, you are this, you are that, you are ugly, you are this, you are that. You have to accept yourself. You have to understand that you don't have to be perfect to be a wonderful person. Like being wonderful is defined by your character, your kind of person, your gestures. Because Yoruba adage used to say that "Iwalewa," your character is your beauty. You don't have to be like the most beautiful person to be a wonderful person. There are people that are beautiful, that are very fine, and their character is nothing to write home about. So beauty comes from your character, like your kind of person. It is not what we see. Do you understand? So why are you beautiful and you don't have a good character, or why are you beautiful and you are not a kind person to people? You have a horrible character. No, you are not beautiful. So your character defines your beauty. So that's how I tend to like promote this. And nowadays we see a lot of people that are accepting who they are and they are creating awareness or promoting themselves on social media. There are people that are living with disabilities and they are using it to like using their social media platforms to create awareness about it. We have people that are making money from creating awareness about their disabilities or insecurities. There are people who are amputated and they are creating awareness about it. They are happy about it. They are comfortable about it anywhere, anytime, any day, no matter what people are saying about it. So you have to like accept it and turn the criticism to acceptance. So do you understand? So that's what I do, and people are already creating awareness about it. And I think there are just few people left to like just accept this kind of life they found themselves to be and be a good person, live life freely, no matter what people are saying about you or the kind of person you are, your stature, your complexion, your beauty. It does not matter. You are the one to define yourself. Even if you are ugly or you think you are ugly or you see people commenting or like making comments about your look, about your height, You are the one to correct it yourself. Speak to yourself. God has made you or created you beautifully and wonderfully. And you don't have to be perfect to be a wonderful person. If you are a wonderful person, you have a good character, you are kind, you have good you have good gestures towards people, then you are beautiful. You are a wonderful person that way. So that's how I tend to change these narratives
Thank you,
personally from my point of view,
Shukro.
and I have seen people that are doing it as well. So that's what I can say
Thank
about
you.
it.
Thank you. So, Mr. Adebayo, can you just jump in on this?
Okay. Well, what I would say about um, standards and the pressure that society might put on um, people, not just young
Yes,
people, all categories of people.
that's good. Yes, you're right.
So, in one sense, I think one is to expose ourselves to more knowledge. In terms of the standards of beauty and um, how everything is, maybe you have to look this way or be this big or this size. I think if we as a society like we be more objective, just take a moment to calm down and look through history and at the same time look through different cultures, you'd realize that
Mm,
across different groups of people, there are different beauty standards or uh, different expectations that society expects from you. So maybe if you live in a particular society and you feel like you're so slim, you'll be shocked to find out that there is another set of people or another uh, circle of people where you're like the gold standard, and uh,
Yeah.
it just varies from different cultures and different times in history like that. But that should not exactly be where your or our consolation should come from. Finding validation from this group of people, and because like I've noticed that as a society, that's like an interesting power that we have. We could just come together and agree on something, no matter how stupid it is,
mm,
and make it make sense. So
that's really
I think
true.
everybody needs to take a moment. So just as we were saying, it's self-awareness. So maybe, and be totally honest with yourself. Okay, maybe uh, I'm not this big, I'm not this tall, or maybe okay. In some sense, you'd be shocked to find out some people will be like, "I'm too tall," and different things like that. That could just mess up a person. So it's to calm down and think about it. Okay, and this way, and
Mm,
find the beauty in your situation. If it's a person that feels like, okay, maybe I lack this or I'm disadvantaged in some way, um, you think is to think about it and calm down and find the beauty in your situation. Because I know
mm.
that in every situation there's really beauty there. So we just need to take a moment to look within ourselves and not look for validation from the external, but to find it from inside and let that beauty come out.
That's really an interesting, angle, and I hope we're taking lessons from this. You need to look deep into in yourself and see the good. Just see the good. And like Shukra said something that sometimes you already know and you accept. Just accept, take it, and also we need to tell ourselves, don't whatever you see that is not really, don't rub it in people's faces. Not everybody has that capacity to just take it in. But we're also building ourselves to take some things, to just be the way we are, accept who we are. Thank you so much. So I'll be dropping something now. So it's just an expo. I said I will not do it, but so now let's talk about, let's say, different cultures now. We just talked about prioritizing our prioritizing self love over over many distracting things. Now, we want to talk about, let's just discuss, how we manage different, gender views, how we manage different cultural views uh, that we have. At least Nigeria is a very good example. We have different cultures, though we have two genders, but different cultures and different mindsets, yeah, so to say. So I'd like to let's just have this scenario whereby um, somebody's coming from a culture that believes that some certain duties are meant for a particular gender, and somebody's coming from a place whereby everything is done by anybody, just make it done. Doesn't matter who did it. It doesn't matter who is doing it. Now, um how do we manage this situation? Let's say, for instance, somebody is coming from a background whereby only ladies cook, only ladies cook, and somebody's coming from a background that even my father used to cook in our house. So, why will you be telling me this? So now, how do we manage, or how do we handle such situation that it doesn't go over, it doesn't, scatter everything? Yeah, I would like to hear your thoughts. So,
Okay.
Shukra, yes, let's have you first.
Okay. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So like I said, sorry, I've not said anything about it. So basically, like culture differs, and a relationship, or let's say a relationship, be it marriage, be it the romantic relationship that we know, it's a combination of two people coming from two different cultures, two different people coming together to tolerate each other, to form partnership, you understand. So in a situation where you find yourself in a relationship where there are two different cultures, your culture is different from your partner's culture, I think what will work in that kind of situation is communication. Communicating your needs, or communicating when you need help. There are some relationship where there are even when the other partner is from the culture where they understand that, okay, maybe the other partner has to do the chores, the other partner has to do the kind of responsibility or roles in the house. The person, let's say the husband in this relationship, I was speaking in the context of marriage. So the husband has to be maybe someone who is a kind person, always an understanding person, to understand that, okay, my wife will need help at certain times, even if our responsibilities are to do this, are to do that. And there are some situations where the husband has to be told, okay, I need help in this, I need help on that, before the husband helps. So I believe communication is what works in that kind of relationship where the husband has to be told when to support or when not to support. So, for example, for myself, I will be speaking from my point of view. Uh, my husband is someone who, like, he supports. I don't have to say before he does something. I don't have to say. He knows when I need help. He knows when I need assistance. So this is a relationship where the husband is a kind person. He understands when there is need for help. He understands when there is need for support. But in another situation, or in another relationship where the husband needs to be told before he supports or before he helps, then you have to, like, speak up. You have to speak up. Communicate when you need help. Communicate when you need support. You don't have to do everything alone. This is a contemporary world where things are changing. Things are no longer the way they used to be. Things are not, or let's say, cultures are not rigid, because people actually are the one who make culture, and culture make people. You understand? So we can define our own culture
Hmm.
different from where we are coming from, because we are building a new home. We are building a new, like, yeah, we are building a new home with a new culture. So whatever we want it to be, whatever we want to lay down as our own culture, we can define it. So it has to be two people coming together, communicating what they want communicating what they need. And we all know each other's responsibility. You know, this is your responsibility. Even when your husband has, or let's say your partner has, like, you know that, or he knows that his responsibility is like, he has to like offer the financial responsibility no matter what. But as a wife, you know that there are times you have to support your partner, then you support. So, do you understand? So, you know, your husband has this kind of responsibilities, the wife also has this kind of responsibilities, but there are times where you have to be flexible about it. You have to communicate. And times people are like kind, people are naturally, they understand this, like the environment, the atmosphere, they know when to help and when not to help. But when this is not happening, communicate. So this is what I would say. In this kind of situation, if anyone finds himself or herself in this kind of situation, you have to communicate when you need help, be it a man or a woman. No matter the kind of culture you have, no matter the kind of understanding or religious understanding that you have to communicate. Whatever needs, whatever support that you want, you need to communicate it. That's just how I believe this works. Cultures are different, but two people can make a new culture. So that's just what I would say.
Thank you so much, Shukra. Yes, two people. You can also make your own culture. Yes, and that's
Yes.
really something to look into, because some people made culture, and culture cannot just be pushing us all around. Our situation was not what they used to start the culture, so we can make something out of our own. We can make a culture out of our situation, and that's very key to all. So, Mr. Deepak, can you jump in on this quickly? Yeah.
Okay. So, personally, from my own point of view, uh, I think maybe because I'm an engineer in training, so I like to think of things back to the fundamentals. So, personally, I do not feel obligated to any culture or any kind of thinking, or in some sense, I would say maybe even any religion. So, now you have a a relationship which is two people coming together. So a male and a female. So coming together to be partners forever. That's what it should be. So um I think it's actually just common sense. When you step off out of the circle of thinking, or maybe this programming by one particular culture. When you think of it that okay, I'm coming together with this person, with okay, maybe in my case, with this woman. So but when I'm looking to come together to be in a relationship with this woman, I'm not particularly uh, going in a relationship with a woman in quotes. I'm going into a relationship, a partnership with a person. So 100%, it's a person, and you think of it that like you know yourself, you know how you feel, and I think if we're just conscious and self-aware enough, you'd know that like it's not rocket science, if not that you voluntarily decide to allow yourself to be locked in into one pattern of thinking. I think as adults, we get to a point where okay, it's good that through our upbringing, we have maybe a direction, a line of thinking, which helps us to keep us under control to some sense. But I think it gets to a point where we need to examine ourselves that okay, why do I believe what I believe? Is what I believe really the best? Is what I believe the fair thing to do? Are there better ways to do it? And just considering yourself from first principles, from fundamentals. Uh, I think that way it's not hard to see that oh, if this person needs some support, I should render it. That way it's not hard to see that okay, I'm entering a relationship with a person. Why? What makes this person most suited to be the only person to maybe do all the cooking that is different from me as another person. I think it's as simple as that. And um, it just takes self-awareness, as you've been saying, and just being honest with yourself and being empathetic. Like it's not supposed to be hard at all. So that's my perspective to it.
Thank you so much. You should put yourself in people's shoes and try to see if what you're following really is being fair on the next person. And just like I used to say, when it comes to some situations like this that how do I want to call it now? When it comes to maybe somebody cooking, is there anybody that is hungry that should cook? Learn how to cook, whether you're a man, a woman, as long as you cook. It should not be a gender thing. There's not only one gender that eats. It's not only one gender that wears clothes. So every gender should be able to wash, do the basics for yourself. You might end up not even having a spouse. So who will do those things for you? So one needs to learn some things basically as a person first, as a full-blown person first, before you know pushing it to other people. So now
I still like just will have to wait.
I apologize for that interruption. The network kicked me out, so I don't know how that happened.
No,
Yes.
no
So
Yeah,
problem.
it's fine. I also had interruption.
as we were saying, yeah, yeah. So as we were saying, now we just it's no longer a you know, or let's I don't want to call it's not a cliche, but it's a trend now. Women supporting women. It's not something that we just it's just not something that we've been saying just because women should support women, or sisters should support sisters, or it's not for fun's sake. Yes, let me put it out. It's not for fun's sake now. Talking about this awareness about women supporting women, I would like to I'd like us to discuss. We've been saying it, and most people assume that women don't support women, even though we've been shouting women support women. They used to say it's women that even used to do women. That's the belief that women are responsible for women's predicament. Yes. So now I would like to ask for a situation whereby we have for a situation whereby we have a woman who is being mistreated, either by a spouse, either by a partner, either by, you know, maybe her husband's family or something, for somebody who is being mistreated in her home. Yeah, so how can we support this type of woman, talking about women supporting women, or should we say there should be boundaries to women supporting women? Now, I'll be pushing this question first to this discussion to Mr. Adebayo, but I would like you to looking at the point, you're a man. So imagine your wife comes and says, "Ha, I have seen this woman that she's badly, treated. I want to fight for her. I want to support her." You know, I want to know how you, as a man, know, because if you say women supporting women, you are not a woman. But as a man, if somebody is bringing this to you, I'm a woman. I want to fight for this lady. She's being treated badly. How would you say she should, go about it? Or do you think there are boundaries when a woman is supporting a woman? So, Mr. Adebayo, can you go first?
Um, I think I would speak a little, then I would clarify. So, um, in terms of support, so I would bring it back to the basics again. I think we're all human beings, and we
Sure.
also support each other, isn't it? But I know that there are some things that maybe I do not even understand as a man, which only a woman would understand. So I think in some sense it makes sense when they say, okay, um, maybe women supporting women or something like that, because I think only a woman will truly know maybe the reality of being a woman. I think as a man, I probably best I could get is to maybe see it and maybe being explained to me. And before I comment on uh, what she said about, okay, maybe uh, my wife bring saying she wants to support a particular woman. In what context exactly? Because in terms of basics, I think I would be open to supporting anybody, but I think the context is also important. So, is this like a particular scenario, or just to clarify on that before I
Yes.
go?
Okay, let me clarify that. Yes, let me clarify that. Like, maybe somebody is being maltreated in her home, she's not being taken care of, she's being, violated and all of that. So, and maybe this person I'm talking about wants to help her speak out, wants to help her to leave. So,
Mm,
like, this, the real support she needs at that time, if she's being mistreated, she's being maltreated, she's being violated. So she either needs to leave just for her to get sanity or something, or to speak up for somebody to give her help. Because there's a situation whereby the man is always, fine outside, he will be displaying affection. Meanwhile, once they get there, we even use knock to push her into the house. That's how it is. Yes. He shows PDA outside, and in the inside he's maltreating her. So imagine
mm,
you now have somebody who knows this and knows that this lady needs to speak up, because people think the love outside is sure the love inside. So how do we
mm.
help such a woman like that?
Uh, that's quite an interesting situation, because in this particular case, this person is pretending to love her outside, so it's not even like
Outside.
so to the outside. So that's interesting. So um, it seems it's even like it goes beyond just like it's psychologically is the person is bullying her psychologically, and I think manipulating her and the outside as well.
It's playing on her head. Yes.
For some reason, she also does not want to speak out. So I think the first kind of support that uh, I would probably offer, I don't know if it's probably so. I guess it would probably be limiting her to resources or stuff. So I think supporting in that aspect of uh, offering resources and maybe advising on, so because it's clear that she in this kind of scenario she has been messed up psychologically, and for some reason she's tied down and unable to speak out. So I don't know who would be in the best situation. So maybe speaking to her family, if she has that kind of supportive system, or I think the particular scenario of which it surrounds, I think if you break it down, and by God's grace, making the best decision to help not just this woman, but this person.
This person, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Miss Shukra, can you go on?
Okay. Basically, in this kind of scenario, I feel the woman needs help, and as well, there can be boundaries. Yeah.
Can be
Firstly, in the
boundaries to
sense of
helping a woman.
there can be boundaries, because when it comes to love or marriage, they used to say that some people cannot be advised, because when you advise some women to do some kind of things, like you advise them
Can
on
become your
what to
enemy.
do, how to go about this, you can become their enemy at some point.
Mm,
Or
mm,
when they eventually sort things with their husband or with their partner,
mm,
things can go like the other way. So I feel uh, you can contribute your own part by advising. That's the first step. You have offer a hand, contribute your own by advising, listen to what she has to say, and let her know that she needs a kind of home, or a love where there is no odds, there is peace, where there is peace. So at that point, you let her know that a peaceful mind is the one that can live. Because if you are not peaceful in your relationship, it can threaten your mental health. And mental health is something that is very, 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 very important. A
very
lot of people go
important.
through a lot of different kinds of mental problem, and in marriage, people go through different kind of things. So when it comes to that kind of relationship, the person needs to be some. We need to speak to this kind of people. They need to be advised, and there should be boundaries to what we can advise as well. When we see that this kind of people, maybe we've advised first time, second time, and you feel that okay, maybe this person does not want to be helped, then I think you should just let her decide on what she wants. Because in the end, if you advise her wrongly, or yeah, if you advise her wrongly, you can be blamed. Do you understand? So I feel you can offer help, advice, but when you notice that this person does not want to be helped, as far as it is not leading to death, life and death, something about life and death, you can just let her be for some time, offer help at first. But when it is getting to the fact that okay, this person doesn't want to be helped, she's not like heeding to your warnings or your advice, just let the person be, or call in other people that you think can better help her. If you cannot help her to the best of her ability, you can call in or seek for support too. But if the person says, okay, oh, this is just between you and I don't want any other party to hear, that's where boundary also comes in. When somebody is entrusting you with their problems and they don't want you to like extend it out, they want
Mm,
privacy. As far as it is not leading to something about death, like if it is not something that has gotten to the peak or to the height of it, and they want boundary, they want you to limit the way you interfere, there can be boundaries. So I feel we can always support each other. Women has to like we have to support each other, because as women we are queens, and we have to like help each other, adjust each other's crown. We need to help each other whenever we can, and not to inconvenience ourselves as well. So when there is need for boundaries, let there be boundary.
mm.
So that's just what I would
Thank
say. We can
you so
offer
much.
help,
When there's need
and when
for
there is need for
boundaries,
boundaries, we can set boundaries too.
yes, yes, yes. When there's need for boundaries, you should let people. You should, let it be known. Let everything be in moderation. Once you are even giving somebody an advice and they keep doing the other side or the other thing, then it's time to shut up, or it's time to just keep praying for them
Exactly.
underneath, so
You
that
don't have to be told.
you at least you did something, you tried, and I just hope that people are picking one or two things from this, as you have said. Now, still talking about women supporting women. Now, maybe the reason why people feel that women don't support women is the fact that women like to compare themselves. This woman is doing this, or she has this, I don't have it yet. So it's just that, should I say, this woman is peppering us, and we are being peppered because she's really trying it and she's good at it. We don't have what she has. She's doing it and she's, going with it now. While some people compete, there's a good side and there's a bad side to it. Because if we look
Mm.
at some, like if you look at some kind of enterprises, or let's say some jobs, we've seen like women doing really great things, and they've also encouraged other women who wanted to compete to do great as well. So now, if we look at the good side, we look at the bad side. Now, how can we shift the mindset of women? Like, let us focus on supporting ourselves, not majorly competing. If I look at what you're doing and I see, oh, Shukra she's good in this agri business, she's really going. So instead of me starting my own agri business, because you are good at it or you're going high, I should be able to support you and say, this is your thing. Can I just give you the support? And maybe my own is just to sew a pillowcase and face it. So that at the end of the day, you can also come and support my pillowcase and everybody is fine. So how do we want to shift the focus from competition, from comparison, from competition to just celebrating and supporting each other? Yes. So Mr. Adebayo, please go first.
Okay. I think this scenario it's interesting because I was thinking of it. Is it something that is particular to women? But I would not say it's particular to women though. But oh, I don't know. I would like to hear your thoughts. Do you think it's something that happens a lot with women? Because I think I've had
Yeah.
a scenario like that too before. So when uh, I think I was interacting with my friend, and my sister was also there, and she was kind of surprised uh, by my response. So when the person was asking a particular thing, and maybe um, I think she probably expected that uh, I would maybe respond in a way to make myself look cooler, or like to present myself in a better way. So I think she was surprised, kind of. So I don't know if it's like something that is particular to women or something. But to me, it was just like, why would I behave in another way? So I don't know. I think I'll first of all want to hear from Shukra to know like how to.
Okay, well, we should come to Shukra before we come back to you, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's hear from you, Shukra. He's trying to ask that it's competition. Fine, every human beings compete, yeah. But some people have always said that this is
Mm.
common amongst women. It's not like we don't have it in the other gender, but people feel like it's just a woman thing,
Common to women.
competing,
The women are
comparison. Yes,
okay.
comparison and all of that. So let's hear from you.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it is true that it is common among women because women tend to be jealous. Like we tend to be jealous. And it's not actually women alone, but then it is common amongst us. So I feel one thing that
Yeah.
I think can help us change this narrative is by understanding that we are blessed different ways. Like we are unique in our own ways. Because when we begin to compare, like it steals our joy, it steals our happiness. We would neglect like the blessings we have, we will not appreciate enough what we have, like
No.
the level we have, the things we have in possession, the let's say the positions we are heading, the things we are doing generally, the things we own, the material things we own. If we begin to like compare ourselves with every other person's, like whatever they are achieving, those that are ahead of us, comparison is different from appreciating. If we are comparing, we will not appreciate our own self enough. We will not be grateful for what we have. But when we appreciate what people have or what people are doing, the success of other people, if we are appreciating them, then we also will be happy with ourselves. Although it is normal for humans to, like, I would not say be jealous, I would say to aspire
Take lessons.
to be like somebody or to have what somebody has. That's different. That's because you are appreciating that thing and you wish to also have it. But then we should never, or we should not try to compare that. I'm not doing enough. I don't have enough. I don't have this person that is achieving that. Meanwhile, someone somewhere is also looking towards you. Is being motivated by what you are doing, where you are, like the things you are achieving. Meanwhile, you are not appreciating it enough for yourself. There is no how, no matter the level you are currently, there is somebody behind you that wants to be there. And we are there, we want to be better. So there is no how. We are blessed in different ways and we are unique. As women, we need to, not only women, as human, we need to appreciate everything we have and be happy for others too, so that other people can be happy for us. So it is not easy seeing ourselves not. It is not easy seeing ourselves somewhere and there's somebody else doing what we wish to do or attaining the heights that we wish to also attain. You understand? It is like something that is realistic. It is not easy. I won't lie. But when you begin to understand that, okay, you are blessed with these things too, and this person is not blessed with these things, then you understand that you are doing well. The other person may be achieving things and you feel like that person is achieving all. That person as well is also hoping for something else that is better, but you do not know. So we need to begin to understand that we are blessed different ways and we need to appreciate whatever we have. And there is one thing I learned, I know, and I understand based on my religion that when we pray for something or when we need something, somebody else has it, right? But you're praying for it. Our prayers get to be answered in different ways. The first way is that is either you get that thing you are praying for, which means it is good for you. The other way is either God gives you something better or something different, which means it is either that thing is not good for you. And the third way is that maybe God does not give you what you want because it is not good for you. So there are different ways in which we are blessed, and there are different ways in which our prayers get answered. So we need to appreciate people, be happy for people, whatever they are achieving, whatever they are doing. Be happy for people so that people can also be happy for you, and you can be happy with yourself as well. So we are blessed differently, and we need to start understanding that, and also that comparison is a stealer of joy, is a stealer of happiness. So as women, we need to, not only as women, as human, let's be happy with each other. No matter what you have, even if you are not where you wish to be happy about where you are currently. Because even if you
You
get to
want to
that
be.
place that you want to be, you also want to aim higher. You want to get to another stage. Human are naturally insatiable. So that's just what I would say.
Mm, mm. So,
So
um,
go on.
so while she was speaking, I think that particular scenario
In
came
general.
to. So, while she was speaking, the particular scenario I spoke about came to my mind clearly. So I think it was, uh, maybe my first year in school. So maybe I just got into school. Then the person I came across was a mate from secondary school. So because I got into school, uh, maybe I think 1 year later. So whatever happened. So that particular mate of mine from secondary school had already got into school. And so when I came across him, I was just so excited to see you, and we're just talking, and my sister was observing, and was just like, so you're here to Abby. Like, so I'm to university, and by that time I was already in the university too in quotes. But I was like, yeah, I just got in actually, and I came from my screening. So my sister didn't say anything, and as at that time, I didn't even know that maybe she was observing something. So she was like after some point, she was like, I don't know exactly how she said, but she was surprised that if it were to be maybe girls, for example, maybe a girl could have responded like, "Ah, yes, sir, we are here together," or responding the kind of way that not particularly saying that maybe I just got to know I was here for my screening. So I think that was when I think that was the first time I became conscious of, okay, maybe there might be some difference into how maybe male and female reacts to different situations. But on a general note, what I would say regarding comparison, I think at the end of the day, either male or female. So even if maybe in some thoughts, maybe you could say maybe some people have a higher tendency of doing it or not. Uh, we as individuals also to be self-aware of our current situation. So, and to have a balanced sense of judgment, I have the opinion that wherever we are, uh, whatever position that we find ourselves, there would always be somebody better and always be people that are not as good. So, a balanced sense of judgment is when you look when somebody looks forward and you like, okay, maybe this person is doing better, maybe this person is better positioned. Uh, okay, maybe that is true. And even though what I'm about to say is not where your sense of satisfaction should come in, but just even on a balanced sense of thinking about it, what if a person was truly true to themselves and they look back and they look at see the amount of people that are better positioned, see I've been offered a better hand in life than these people, uh, and what disrespect it would be to them, to their position, to think that I'm better than them, because in some sense that nobody's better than anyone. We've been placed at different positions in life. Like we have our different advantages and different disadvantages. So if you at a position where you are better than millions or even possibly billions of people, uh, you are kind of in some sense disrespectful to them, and they're just looking forward and you're like, this person that is in quotes better placed, uh, you're not feeling depressed about that particular thing, and or you're that's or that reality is making you harbor thoughts that are not good. So I think it's disrespectful to those millions or many other people that you are better placed than them. So I think having a balanced sense of judgment, just in that sense, but even more than that,
Yes.
just at every position we get to, uh, like finding that sense
One.
of peace, selves, like okay, me judging yourself against yourself, as a person, am I growing? As a person, am I making the best use of what I have on my hands? Okay, maybe somebody has 500 billion on their hands, but I have 5,000 on my hand. So it's where your sense of validation should come from is with this 5,000 that I have on my hand. Oh, how am I maximizing it? How am I making the lives of other people better with this 5,000? I don't need to have 500 billion, but I think we should judge ourselves by not just the material thing, but the
Yeah.
quality of who we are. So that's my perspective to it.
Thank you. Yeah. Comparison, they say, is a thief of joy. So once we compare too much, we fail to see that good, and we just remind ourselves that even when you want to compare, compare with who you were yesterday. If I see myself today, how was I yesterday? If you did something last year, how is it doing this year? So if you made like 3.5 billion sales last year, and this year you are making 7.2, and maybe somebody made 100 million and the person is making 200 this year, you also look at your own growth. Last year it was just 3.5, now it's 7
Even
points.
if
So
it
you
is
know that you've
1%.
gone.
True.
Yeah, so even if it's 1%, even you've gone more, you've done better than yesterday. So that
Yeah.
competition should
As
just
far
be
as they are
within
not
yourself.
starting, you
And
are growing as well. So
Yes, as long as you're not
Mm-hmm.
standing, you are growing in one place. So thank you so much for this contribution. I hope we're picking lessons from what we are saying. It's not just, these are practical life issues, and some people are losing sleep over competing. Some people are losing sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just share this quick this thing before I move forward. While we are quick to compete, we are quick to just pick things, and sometimes it even comes to, that's why we talk about social media. What's it called? That's why it comes. That's why it comes talking about social media. How do I call it now? I don't want to say social
Like it's
media
comparison.
picking everything we see. So now this is, for instance, there was a particular time that I think I did a video, and the clothes I had on, like if you check the back, there was, like, it was a bit, should I say torn or something, and the cap was a bit torn. Now people would not see the back. They won't see my situation at the back. They won't see what I had. So there might be people around. We don't see around you. We don't see. We only see on screen. We don't see behind the camera. So there are a lot of things that go on behind the camera. So if you keep comparing, so people are doing a lot of things are going on under, a lot of things are going on behind, a
Yes.
lot of things are going on beside. So the only thing we see that looks fresh, that we want to copy. Oh, I love the way, you don't even know if somebody is pinching Mr. Adebayo by his leg now, and he just just keeping his face fine, and somebody is choking him, pinching him. So yes, he's just trying to keep calm. And you want to, oh, I love this person's fine face, teeth. I just
Yeah.
want to be like that. And he's going through a lot.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, he's going
Yeah,
through a
yeah,
lot.
can
So I
I chip
don't
in
see, this is just
something
something for
about
us to look at.
that social media
Yes, please, quickly.
scenario? Yeah, you're right. You're very right. Because at this time and age, we see things on social media and we tend to judge our life with what we see. And we don't know that everything we are seeing is what people want us to see. The media will only show us what they want us to see. Do you get? So we should not judge our life. Don't let our life should not revolve around what we are seeing on social media. Social media
Very.
is framed. You understand? It is framed. It is designed for us to see it that way. People will not show you what they are going through only when they want us to know, or only when they want us to see that, okay, this is what I'm going through. But if they don't want you to see it, you will not know. But then you are there comparing yourself with what you are seeing, and you don't know that this person also is going through this. You're only seeing the beautiful sides. You are not seeing what's happening behind them. You are not seeing the effort they are putting into it. It's just like success stories. You only see the success, like you see the success, but you will not see the others, the challenges, the cries,
Yeah.
the midnight candles that were burnt. Do you understand? So everything,
That's true.
there has been
Yeah.
something put in place. There has been things that has gone in line before they achieve that thing. So that's just it. Life does not only revolve around what we see on social media. It goes beyond, far, far, far beyond what we see on social media.
True.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Over to
much.
you.
Very quickly, I want us to just discuss. There's no way we'll be talking to Gen Zs, millennials, and everything we have now without talking about soft life. It's not possible. Yeah, soft life is it's just like the next is the normal thing now. And I think we kind of started this conversation with self-care, prioritizing yourself, and all of that. Now if you now look at it,
Yes.
there's a way the old folks see when you're talking about mental health, soft life trend. It's like, hey, you're just lazy. You, the children, are just lazy. In our days, we worked, worked, worked. So it was just about the work for them, and chilling was luxury, and it there was a specific time for them to chill at, in those days. Now they feel like we're just being lazy, we're giving excuses, and uh if you even mention something like you just want to go and get spa, they're like, what? They don't get the need, as in the reason why you are wasting so much money on traveling for vacation. They don't see the need. They feel like you people are just lazy. You just want to spend your money anyhow, and you're not saving and all of that. So how do we want to talk about self care, relaxing, and how do we also make the should I say older generation now, or people who don't see the need. Some people are in this generation, but they are old. They are like their mindset is still backward. Let's put
True.
it that way. Their mindset is still 1930-ish. They don't see, and they
Yeah.
follow the tradition as it is. They are still like that. So how do we make those people see that come? We are already here. The kind of atmosphere we had in 1930 is not the same because there were no much cars. But now we have trailer tipper that is blowing rubbish into the air. So how do we? I need to relax from all of this exhaust film. So let's just talk about that quickly. Aside from you, Mr. Adebayo.
Okay. So, um, I do not know explicitly what maybe the older generation wants, and maybe explicitly how this generation also approaches soft life in quotes. But my perspective would be that
Soft life.
I don't think there's anybody in particular that would say they don't like relaxation. They don't like to be taken care of.
Yeah,
Um, Most
yeah.
likely, my guess would be this, that if anybody in the older generation is probably criticizing relaxation,
Mm,
enjoyment, I'm guessing it would most likely come from the place of uh, maybe if they see this younger generation living beyond their means. So maybe if somebody's income is 500,000 per month and you're going for a 7-day vacation that is worth say 1.5 million, and how do you fund that? That goes beyond soft life. It's living beyond a person's means. So if a person from the older generation
me,
say that this is like this way you're living is not particularly good, I would understand, because for somebody to afford a vacation of maybe 7 days when your monthly salary is 500,000, you go on a vacation of 1.5 million, you'll be like, how do you fund that? So that means you're going into debt to relax. So how is that really relaxation when maybe at the end of it it would need high
you are
blood pressure?
postponing the evil days.
So how do I pay back this loan? Or how do I do this? So
Postponing
in
the
that
evil
sense,
days.
eh, so in that sense, that soft life is not soft. It's it's
It's not
postponed
soft
hard
at
life.
all.
So in that sense, it's understandable for me. And uh, so I would back that. I would bet on the fact that there's nobody that wants to be that there's nobody that doesn't like to be taken care of. And for how I guess we like anybody could approach it. So I think there are different opportunities in many ways. Like I think I even have the perspective that maybe even the best of things are probably free when you think of it. So there are many other ways you could relax. So maybe the trend of the soft life is another expression of societal pressure where you think that okay, maybe you need to go to this island to have the soft life. Maybe the soft life might actually just come from maybe taking a walk, having a long workout, which is free, and out of your 500,000 naira salary, maybe getting a meal of 50,000. That's super soft to me, and within your means, and like you have peace of mind, and you think of it that okay, wow, this life is so good, and you'll be relaxed, and everything is still balanced. So I would
Yeah.
say that's my perspective without going any further.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. Let's listen to you, ma. Unmute yourself. You are muted.
Yeah, yeah. So I think, in my own opinion, I think it depends on what works for you, right? Because like even in this current Gen Z's generation, there are still people who do like self care based on like the past method. For example, in the old generation, they say they relax by listening to radio. They relax by listening to like what sorry, reading the newspapers. In this new generation, there are people who relax by listening to music, by reading books, by watching movies, and not necessarily by traveling. And there are some people who actually travel, go on expensive vacation, go to luxury or fancy restaurants to relax. It depends on what works for somebody. Like, for example, what Mr. Um, um,
Adebayo.
sorry, your name just skipped mine. Adebayo just
Adebayo,
said
what?
that somebody who is earning much, like earning high, can decide to travel for vacation just to
Hmm.
relax. And somebody who is earning very low cannot say, okay, because I want to relax, I should now travel, like go on bankrupt because I want to relax, because I want to practice self-care, be soft life. No, it works for you. For example, myself, what I do is I relax in my own home. And sometimes if I feel like going out, I go out. I relax by reading, watching movies, snacking, not working. You understand? So it is what works for somebody. So if you feel like going on an expensive vacation or for like relaxation in a fancy resort or something is what works for you or is the best way for you to relax, why not do it? Yoruba people will say ọmọ tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ déédé ó máa jẹ gbádùn àbí ó lásìkò
But,
gbádùn, you understand? A child who works steadily
that's
we actually
what
have
it
time for
to
enjoyment.
unwind.
So why not? You work to it. You should enjoy yourself, unwind. You will not work, and not like spend on the body that has worked for it. You understand? So it is what works for us. So we define soft life differently.
Yes.
So it is what works for somebody. Just what I'll say.
Yes. This is Thank you so much. So as we are redefining love, we've been able to redefine what soft life is. Soft life is, a lot of people feel like you need to have your own money, you need to go everywhere to get soft life. And when we see people's posts,
No.
there's a way they tag soft life. Now you see somebody with a book, they won't tag the person reading soft life because there's an expectation of how soft life
But
should look like. You want the person on a yacht,
They
you
are the
want the
one
person on
defining
a
it
boat
now. I
cruise.
think the one enjoying the soft life.
They want somebody on a boat cruise
I'm
to
the
show that
one enjoying my soft life.
the person is on a boat cruise before he's on a soft life. You can be on a soft life in your room without any disturbance.
Even the boat cruise, you can be in a local community around you, like
No, they
somewhere
want
around
everything
you,
to
just
be
to
to
go
look,
and use boat to
luxurious.
have
Everything
soft
should
life.
be.
And it's the social media that has defined it that way, or people have defined it that
So
way.
I try
Your
to
own, you
redefine
have to define it yourself. So,
it.
eh,
Yeah, so it could be Netflix and chill. It could be just some people even staring at their ceiling, counting it. As long as does not have to do with work, they're just counting their ceiling. Or some people could be playing with kids.
exactly.
You just want to have that mind. You are playing with
Mm-hmm.
children and you just want to be a kid again. Like you just want to forget about being an adult, forgetting about
Mm-hmm.
everything, bills. I just don't want
Or
to remember bills. Let
snacking
me just
and
go and
playing games.
kids,
Mm-hmm.
games and all of that. So thank you so much. We've been able to, redefine what this is. So next time somebody is trying to say, okay, let's go for book reading, or somebody saying, I want to go and do this, you don't question going to read or take a walk. Is that soft? It's actually part of, it's free.
Yeah.
Like Mr.
true,
Dewayo said, he said it's free and it's actually free. Yeah, so
true.
thank you so much for that. Now, also, moving forward, let's just quickly discuss the, as Nigerian women, we're talking about soft life here. As Nigerian, I want to talk about Nigerian women. So, Mr. Deba, you not be angry, sure, that this is a women's. Don't be angry. I'm begging you now. This
No,
is a women's. this thing. So thank you for understanding with us. And people believe that for you to be a wife material, especially like 1,000 yard and above, you need to be able to do hard things. Yes, you need to be able to to work your muscles. Everything needs to be, the more how do I want to call it now? The more hardworking you are, the more wife material like you be. So now they feel like as a woman, and they will look at you with those days. You have to be homely and be able to do chores. That's how they want to categorize now. Now that machines are coming, we have yam pounder, abi pound in yam pounder, we have Gucci mix blender, we have this, we have that, and you know, we are trying to say, I just want this soft life. As long as I cook, whether I tie the wrapper or the wrapper ties me, just let make sure that the wrapper is on the body, whether we cook with blender, we cook with we blend the pepper with blender, or we go to the mill, or we use grinding stone, let the pepper be blended. That's all matters. But now, looking at, there are pressures for some people, especially some people in, let's just forget about Lagos for now, or Port Harcourt or Abuja. Have you seen people in the, in, let's say in Nigeria, in some places, whereby some people are, and they cannot just use these basic machines because their in-laws or their husband will say they are lazy. Now they can't get a blender because the man's mother used to use grinding stone, and grinding stone soup is sweeter than blender. So yes, and
Right.
how can we promote this culture of getting help as a woman? They feel you should be able to take care of your child. What are you doing? You cannot take care of your children. I never had a maid. I took care of 16 of you. That's what we hear. Yes, I took care of 16 kids and I never had a maid. That's what some mothers, some mother-in-laws will churn out. So there's always this pressure. Some people who need help, but they cannot say it because they don't want people to say, she's a lazy woman. She's not going to be a wife material. So how do we help women to speak up, get help when they need help, so that they don't become, you know, they don't begin to lash out on even those children they're supposed to be taking care of. They don't begin to lash out and be, harbor some kind of trauma in their mind because they can't get help because they're afraid that there's an expectation of how they should be as mothers or as women in society. Yeah, Mr. Debayo, please let's start
Mm.
with
So first of all, I'll say hats off to the woman that took care of 16 children without any help. She did something incredible, definitely. But still, like, so many of these things are common sense, and
you. Okay.
um, I think maybe in some way of thinking about it, you'd maybe understand why somebody that took care, that had such a difficult way and survived taking care of or handling such difficult responsibility, will think that okay, that's the way you should continue. Because when the person is under such pressure and becomes so rigid just to handle that pressure, they would expect that okay, that's how it should continue. But um, one aspect of it is in terms of the partnership that forms that relationship. So the male and the female. So all understanding formed it because okay, even if the mother is saying you don't need any help or whatever, they can just leave the woman and let her say what she wants to say. Okay. But between two people, they know that okay, this is what we are doing. There's nothing like using any grinding stone. If you need to blend something around, maybe you can go and blend it and bring it back to uh, where it's meant to be.
Let's eat.
So I think just being empathetic all around, so empathetic to even the woman that had to undergo such a difficult life, take care of her children, and empathetic to the current situation that if things are easier, why do it the hard way? It's
Simple.
just common sense.
It's just common
So
sense.
So that's my perspective to it.
Thank you so much. If things are easier, why do it the hard way? Please let's hold on to that because it's deep. Why choose the hard way? Yes. I'll just hold on a bit for Shukra to join us. Yeah, so it's not a bad thing to ask for help.
Truly.
Ask for help, speak up because you might not even know people's reaction and it all depends on you. Can you carry it? And some people have this way of saying thinking that because somebody carried it well does not mean it's not heavy. That I
Hmm.
carried the well doesn't mean it's not heavy. Yes, I might choose not to complain. I might choose to just look. And we have our pain thresholds are different. Some
Tolerance.
people will just be looking, some people will be taking it, and somebody at the first hit, the person has flown and said, I'm not taking this and I'm not taking it. So we should not always discredit people's people saying I can't do this or I want this. Don't always discredit them. Just look at their situation. So Shukro, let's have your thoughts, please. You can unmute yourself and let's have your thoughts. You can hear me. Hi Shukro, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you now. Sorry, I had the network issue. Okay. So sorry, can you
Should I
recap my
did
question?
you get the question? Okay, let me yeah. So I
Kindly
was talking
recap.
about women who need help. Yes, women who need help, Mr. Adebayo mentioned to us that if there are ways to make it easy, why go the hard way? So how do we help a woman to speak up when she needs help, irrespective of the pressure here and there? So she needs to speak up. So how do we encourage?
Okay.
How do we promote the culture of speaking up as careful?
Okay, I think the first thing is to understand that, like we've mentioned initially, that marriage is a new, like we are building a new culture. It's a new family that we are building. So we don't have to make things go the hard way. Like somebody just commented that if life can be easier, why do you then want to go the hard way? So I
That's
feel
very
that it has to do with both partners in this situation. There has to be communication. Okay, there has to be communication because we are both in this partner in this relationship as a team. We are partners. So let us make things easier for each other. As far as I am able to provide what you want, why is the means of getting it done the problem? That should not be the problem. As far as I am doing, I am providing what I am supposed to provide. Do you get? Why should the means I am using to get it done be the problem?
Truly.
So I feel it has to do with both parties. They have to communicate it, like understand that we are here to make life easier for each other. This is our own culture that we are going to define, that we are going to make for ourselves. Let us be flexible about it. Life is now easy. Technology is making things easy. It is not. We are not in the old era where things are hard,
very
where we have to blend pepper with rock and this thing. We have blenders. You understand? The fact that both
True.
of you are not even the people with like basic education, they know that we are not in the olden days where we have to like go hard or go home. No, we can make life easier for each other. Let us enjoy our life, I beg. Not by going hard way. As
so
far as
true.
I'm getting the results, you are getting the results. You want me to cook
Yeah,
something and you are getting it. You should not be bothered about how I'm doing it. Do you understand? If you know you are two lovers, make life easy for each other. So
yeah,
women need to understand we are both in this relationship. Women and men need to understand we are both in this relationship as a team. We are building a world, we are building a culture. So we need to make it easier for each other to achieve whatever we want to achieve. The means does not matter. It is the end that matters. So the end is the one that will justify the means. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't, if you need help or you need to get things done the easier way,
Mm-mm.
and your partner is the type of person that is rigid, you still have to communicate about it. Like, don't be hard when communicating about it too. Be calm. Calmness solves the situation, solves the issue. So communication, there is nothing in this life that communication does not solve. I don't know. As far as you're communicating, even if your relationship breaks today, communication will be one of the things that caused it. And if a relationship is successful, communication will be among one of the things that made it stand strong. So that's one thing I know. Communication is very important. That's my
Communication.
point.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you so much, Shukra, for this contribution. And we still hold on to it that as long as we are getting results, it doesn't matter how it was done. It's not like except we're not talking of cheating to get result or something, but if something follows a process, as long as the thing is done, so it doesn't matter if it's hand, if it's
The
machine,
end is met,
just
yeah.
leave it to the person and get it done. And I don't know the kind of tongue that has told us that grinding stone pepper is sweeter than, or firewood rice is sweeter than gas. I'm still trying to get, maybe when I get that
I'm sure
person's
that
tongue.
somebody that has not tried it cannot say.
So I don't know who
I
started
know
it, who
that
gave us
somebody
this
that
one.
has not tried what's it called? Blending pepper with grinding stone will tell you that it's better or it's not better. No, no, no.
So it's just trying
They are all the same, I feel.
something
So
new, and there's nothing bad. And some people will say that they have been suffering the day they get to see some life easy machines. They will
that's the
realize
same
that,
thing. I agree.
okay, I saw a video clip, yes, of some people in thick part of Africa. They were taking Sprite for the first time. Now, they are just seeing it. I don't know who gave it to them, but they are just seeing that Sprite bottle and they didn't even know how to open it. So the man tried to butcher the plastic. He tried to butcher. They were just supposed to open, but they didn't know. Now he tried butchering, he tried cut, and he butchered it at a part, and that was where they took it from. So if somebody tells him tomorrow that, sir, just do like this, you don't be like, ah, and I went to remove cutlass for this plastic. So that's how some people's life has been. And some people is just, I don't want to say ego, like they just want that tradition. And most times it's because they are not the ones doing it.
Mm.
Because a woman who is grinding stone will not say it's grinding stone pepper she wants to eat, but somebody ordered it. So if that person that is ordering it is the one to do it, he will not be hungry for stone pepper. He will go to the fast. He cannot be hungry for that, but because he's not the one that will do it, I just feel like that's it. So thank you so much, and I hope we are really getting something from this. So we'll just move quickly to discuss about understanding girlfriend or wife. There are different ways that people have played this as well. So we just want to redefine and talk about it basically. So now, some relationship people gain from it, and some relationship are draining for some. Some people offer in relationship, while some people are just the receivers or whatever. They don't think it to give, and this is not gender specific. It could be the man always giving and not receiving, or the woman always giving and not receiving. So it's not just it's yes, gender specific, so to say. So now I just want to, let's say somebody has a partner that is always uh giving. Like, let's say one is relationship, the person is always giving, and the other partner is not even making an attempt. He's not even ready to meet you halfway, let alone meet up with you. Yeah. So how do we communicate? Like Shukra was insisting on communication, and she was saying communication is key, is important. How do we communicate these needs and boundaries such that our partners can pull their weight?
Mm. That's something. Um, hmm. If kindly help refresh what you said just briefly.
Yeah. So you have a, let's say you're in a
There's something I wanted to
relationship.
say.
Yeah.
No, okay, okay,
Maybe,
okay.
yeah.
I
Okay,
think
Shukra
I've
is
got
back.
to. I think I can remember now. So, what I wanted to say about that is like the basis of a relationship. I think, as just as we were saying, it's a partnership where they are like we support each other and make each other better. So, um, when there is so like I think the best type of relationship would be a relationship where there is symbiosis. So that is this partner is positively impacting the other, and the other is also
Yeah.
positively impacting the other. Even when it is commensalism, when it's a partner having are giving positively to the other, and maybe the other having a neutral effect on the other person. Even at that point, I don't think it's a a very good thing because in that sense, um, if like because like giving to the other can be in several forms. It doesn't have to be maybe uh, like just expressing your support. Like there are so many avenues that if a person truly loves the other person, it doesn't have to be in one particular way to express itself. In whatever way that other person is able to express that love, you see that it does come out. But when there is uh, one particular partner that is the commensal that is having a neutral effect, or in the worst case, a parasite that is draining the other person, and like I don't know, I don't think at that point it's still a relationship. So just as Shukra had already said, communication is important. So I think if truly they are two sane individuals, explaining it that this that is particularly going on, I would have loved it if maybe you did this, or maybe you were more uh expressive of your love, or more supportive, or like explaining that okay, I'm not so comfortable with this particular thing. And I think if there are two same people that have the goodwill of each other at heart, uh, it's something that should be easily resolved. But uh, I don't know. I don't know if I should probably take it further, but I think if it's a case where um maybe the other person is not yielding, and I think at that point I don't think it's
You have
still
to always compromise.
so
Where you
I
have
don't
to
think it
always compromise.
yeah. So I don't think it's still a relationship um at that point. And maybe some other things have to be done like so, but I don't think I should be talking about that. So yeah, so that's my
Yeah.
um
So thank you so much. Now, this is just trying to tell us that once one is in a relationship, there are people that are in different relationships whereby they are constantly giving, they are compromising, and the partner is not ready to meet them halfway. So we have just heard that you are not in a relationship when it is always not sometimes. Oh, this is the person is constantly you are constantly giving, the person is not giving back. You're constantly compromising, the person is not ready. The person is not ready to the person is not ready to give back as well, or ready to compromise too. Ah, then that's serious. So, and Mr. Adebayo has pointed out that you are not in a relationship, you're just by yourself. You are just
truly
by yourself.
better
So
words.
you just know how to help yourself. So Ms. Shukra, I would like to take that again so that you can We can hear your opinion. Yeah, so we're just talking about being in a relationship with someone who you are constantly giving to the person, you are compromising, but the person is not ready to meet you halfway, let alone meet you at the same point. So, how do we want to communicate boundaries? Like you have been mentioning, communication, so that your partner can at least pull his weight to, where you want him to be.
Okay. All right. This is a beautiful, like a very interesting question. I think the first thing is to first understand that you have to loving yourself comes with defining what you want and the kind of person you want, right? You already know what you want, and you met somebody that you want to like be in a relationship with, then you want to get married to. So you guys have to, both parties have to understand that we are in this relationship as partners. Again, we are not servants of each other. We are not here to serve. One person is not here to serve another person, while the other person is enjoying. You're here to like be at how should I put it? Both parties have to have a benefit in the relationship. You have to enjoy something, also have to enjoy in return. Not one person serving and enjoying the whole relationship. So you need to define what you want, communicate with your partner, and both have to agree on some terms. If the relationship is not something worthy for you, then why should you be in that relationship?
Truly.
So that's just it. Understanding that you need to define what you want and go for it. Communicate it. And if it is not something that you feel your partner is not willing to grant or willing to come to terms with it, then probably it may not be easy. Probably if it is something very important for you, you can stop, like, put it
True.
on and move on. But if it's something that you think this should be easy for us to achieve, this should be easy for you to like. You have to tolerate each other now. This is a relationship of two people, two partners, loving partners. You have to tolerate each other. Communicate your needs, your wants, your desires, what you want from both parties. Both parties must benefit actually, not one serving the other. That's what I think should be.
Thank you so much, Shukra. We need to look at both parties. Just like Mr. Adebayo also stated, like it's better to be alone. So if you are communicating and the person is not yielding, you just respect yourself. And it's better if it's a relationship you can leave. But if it's marriage, one needs to continue hammering it because it's more like
Yes,
you're
you
already
have to achieve it.
you're
Come to
already
terms
there.
with everything.
You're already there, but you keep talking and you keep encouraging. Yes. So now I once visited an elderly couple, and I found out that the when the woman served food, she was conscious about uh uh yes, her husband's what's it called now? She was conscious about his serving, the plate and everything. She did everything like they're beautiful couple, yeah. She bought the food, she bought everything, and she served him really well. And when I looked at her, when she served herself, she did not give herself to that kind of treat the way she, served the husband. Like she didn't give him that. Ahem. So even the protein, she made sure that it's assorted for him, and her home was just like assistant house girls. This thing. Now this is a couple that are together, loving. She didn't give herself that treat, and you know, somehow the discussion got to that point at the time, and she was like, "No, you need to prioritize this because this is the head of the house, which I don't have a problem with. It's really nice, but I was not like, what about you? Do you get like what about you? Like you did all the stress, you went through this, you went through that. So by the time their kids came in, She also gave them that, should I say, queenly, kingly treatment and all of that. So now I just want to ask, like, some people are trained to prioritize their spouse's need. Some people are trained like that, like it has to be your spouse. But most times it's always the your husband first, first, first. So now, how do we want to start changing some mindset? Because the daughters in that woman's house are watching, the sons are watching. They might want to prioritize themselves first when they get married. That they'll tell the wife, these are the type of plates that you use for me, and this is how you eat. And the girls too, we also want to eat that. These are no, this is not how we are supposed to eat and all of that. So how can we change mindset, promote healthy and equal relationship?
Mm.
Yeah, a married and normal relationship, because relationship will lead to marriage. So it begins from there. So how do we want to do that? So I'd like to hear. I can start from Shukro.
Okay.
Mm.
So this is a realistic question actually. What I feel, in my own opinion, I feel it doesn't really like it doesn't really matter how for the example you cited actually, I feel it doesn't really matter how the woman serves herself compared to how the woman serves her husband. Why? Because there are times you give yourself some kind of treatment that you don't even give your husband sometimes. Would you say at that point the wife is prioritizing herself over her husband? I feel it depends on what the woman is feels like. Because for myself, there are times I treat myself when I'm at home alone, or I want to take a kind of dish different from the one my husband is going to eat. I serve myself differently. It does not really or necessarily mean that I'm putting myself low to my husband. You understand? And there are times that uh, it may, based on your own experience, it may be different, but I just feel, in my own opinion, does not really count for me, in my opinion. So I feel women actually have to also feel like this. The self love still comes into this one. Love yourself. If you don't love yourself, then are you serving? Like, what then are you serving or providing in that kind of marriage that you are not happy with yourself, or you don't love yourself, you don't put yourself in that kind of place with your husband? Sure, your husband will still be like the head, but then you also put yourself too. So self love does not necessarily mean that you are putting yourself first, but you are putting yourself too. Do you understand? So it does not really matter how for the example again, it does not really matter how the wife serves her husband and then serves herself. Sometimes the wife may not even feel like eating at that point. Then maybe she wanted to take a short, like a small portion, and maybe she wants to eat better later, or she's not ready to eat at that moment. You understand? I'm just being realistic in this kind of scenario. So it depends. But then self love too is very important. It does not necessarily mean you are putting yourself first, but you are putting yourself too. So treat yourself well as much as you're treating your husband.
Yeah,
Give yourself a good treat as well. So that's just my
yeah.
input.
Thank you so much. Mr. Adebayo, can you jump on quickly so that we
Okay.
proceed further?
So, similar to what Shukra said, I think I would like the most important thing is what that action is expressing. So, this is what I mean. So, if the woman serving herself little or maybe a smaller portion, maybe it's an expression of okay, uh, I do not want to eat so much at this moment, or maybe an expression of love in some sense. Like maybe you love this person so much, you just wanted to give him a nice treat, and it's not an expression of valuing yourself less. Uh, I would not really have a problem with it, and even the children.
With that,
So
yeah.
both male and female would say that okay, this is mom loving my dad so much that is she loves him so much that she even desires to like just give him so much that would enjoy himself. Like they would see that this is an expression of love. So for the little girl saying it, she would not say that, okay, I as a female, I'm worthless compared to the male. She would say it that, when I grow up, like I want to love my partner as much
Bro,
as this. And as a young boy watching his mother do it as well, she would be like, you would also just see the expression of, oh, see this woman loving this person so much, and would just have the intent of, in whatever way I can,
you know,
you would desire to express love to whoever is in a partnership or relationship with. So I think the intent, or whatever the action is expressing, is the most important to me.
thank you so much. Um, I just hope our viewers have been picking so many lessons. And I would like to also remind our viewers that our trivia questions have been dropping on the screen. So hope you are picking it, and we'll reach out to our winners. And please follow us, follow our pages, follow, comment, like, share. We'll be reaching out to you at least once you follow our page. You'll be able to trace you. So please, let's have that in mind. Now, so moving forward, I would like us to talk about a stay-at-home girlfriend or wife. Like the word says, stay at home. Now, this is not how do I call it? This is not an idle wife or an idle girlfriend, but
Mm,
some people see it like that. I can stay at home to work. I can stay at home to run my company or do so many things, but this is not to stay at home to lazy about. Now, looking at a stay at home wife, a stay at home girlfriend, maybe somebody might be considering to be a stay at home girlfriend or wife, and the people that she's telling are already rejecting it in Jesus' name because how dare you? How dare you be a stay at home girlfriend or wife after you are married? Because they have the feeling that most stay at home, whatever, are lazing around, which is not so. Now, imagine somebody, Mr. Deba, now you have a friend, maybe let's say he's about to get married. No, now don't worry about Nigeria's economy. Don't even think about Nigeria's economy. Now, let's even imagine this person earns in dollars and he's saying that, ah, still, my friend, I want to get married, but I want to tell my partner to stay at home.
mm,
Yeah, he wants his wife to be at home so that she can just oversee the house. He wants her to stay at home. Now, she's going to have her fears or whatever, financial independence is there, her self-worth is there. How will she stand up to talk when everybody is doing this and all of that? So how would you speak to this man? Either maybe encourage him or dissuade him, or so that you can see, in case maybe the lady is also saying, I'm not doing this with you. So that I can see the angle that she'll be coming from. So can you help us, please?
Well, I think this particular case, for me, it will depend on the relationship in particular. Um, I understand the aspect of, maybe the independence or loss of independence that comes from being a stay-at-home wife. So, I guess it would be, first of all, so if it were to be my friend, who this friend is, and would I say his capability. So if this is my friend, which for him to be my friend, he would have to be somebody that maybe when he's saying that stuff is out of loving this woman so much that I don't want her to do anything. And it's not out of the intent of maybe uh, taking her independence from her, or having to
Incapacitate her, yes,
exactly have control over her. Because
render her
uh,
business.
if it's a situation where, okay, she stays at home and she's set for life, that on the first day of their marriage, she's sure that she's set for her life. Or even the first day of their relationship, she's sure that, oh, this, like, you can be certain for this particular woman that whatever happens, that she can't be maybe tied down in any way. Like, her independence is there. She's provided for, and if she also doesn't have anything against it, if like as a person she's fine with, okay, being at home, and because she knows that, like, if it's not that, okay, career is, so, like, it depends on the person. If there's to be a person that maybe a career is just a means to uh, having some money, but if it's to be that it's not like passion or something that she has to do, if both of them are, if the circumstances are right, like all the checks are in place, I would say, well, but if it's were to be in a situation
Right.
where this particular person, has evil intentions, and you can see that this person, like, there's all the wrong signs there, why would she stay at home when your maybe all that is bringing home is barely enough for both of them to survive on? Like, it doesn't just make any sense. So, like, many of these things are, like, they're just common sense. So, um, in that sense, I'll definitely advise that individual to, uh,
Hello.
yeah, I can hear you. So, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello.
Okay, okay. So I'll definitely advise that
Hello.
individual or that couple to
Okay. It
probably
was
consider
break.
something else.
Okay. 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 This I would like to ask Miss Shukro now. Let me change that because Mr. Adebayo is asking the couple to check it. Imagine, that one. I was trying to ask if the couple decides, like, the man is pushing to the lady, or the lady is also thinking about, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, but she's just afraid of the financial this thing to come, her self-worth and all of that. Now, let's say as a Nigerian woman, she has a job.
No, I need to.
Yeah, I think it's breaking a bit.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Yes. So now let's say family now have to interfere by saying that, okay, um yes, so you maybe the woman knows that this particular man that she's married to is now irresponsible, is controlling, is restrictive, and he wants her to stop working to be a stay-at-home mom. Now she has her fears. How will she, show them this
Okay, I think maybe I'll just assist her and restating what the question was.
Yes.
So she gave the scenario of a person that wants to get married to a lady, and his intention is for her to remain at home and not work or do anything. Like, what would be your perspective or advice for that particular situation?
Okay. They are not married yet, right?
They are not
Like just
married yet, so they're about to get married.
they are about to be
Mm.
married. So I
About
want
to
to
be
ask,
enter into it.
yeah, I get it. They are preparing to get married. So I want to ask
Mm.
you, since they've been in a relationship or they've been talking, did they not talk about their expectations, their plans, their dreams, their goals, their aspirations before they start thinking about marriage? Because I feel ordinarily these things should have been spelled out before the decision of marriage. Like you should
Mm.
know, okay, I want to work as your husband. You know you want to work. The wife too will say he wants to work. This is what she wants to do. This is what I want to do. You understand? Everything should have been spelled out even before discussing about marriage. I think if
Mm.
it not been discussed, then there's an issue. Because why would you be telling me now that we're about to get married? And we didn't discuss this earlier that I will not be working when we get married. I think there's going to be an issue when that happens. Because our career, the lady's career is going to change entirely.
Mm.
Like if it's somebody that is very hardworking, that is up and going, she's successful in a career, in a business, maybe career or business or anything she's doing, and you're telling the woman that she's going to be a stay-at-home mom. Well, it depends on the stay-at-home. Is she going to be working from home, or she's just going to be at home not doing anything? No, that's not possible because even you are going to be drained with responsibilities as a man. You cannot say your wife should not. I don't think any no culture or no religion is even the religion that would say women should not work. I think it's going to be hard on the women because there's no amount a man wants to give a woman that will satisfy her. You understand?
Yes,
Some women will
so
have
I
more.
do. I apologize for
Okay,
that.
it's all right. Mr. Adebayo has already briefed me about the question.
Yes.
So I think the woman's expectations, or let me say, her needs, will not be entirely satisfied by her husband to be, sorry, her husband. If she has her own income, she's earning, even if it is little, she's able to satisfy herself. Her husband's money is going to be like, it can be the biggest support, and her own will be like to top it up. Or her own money is going to be the biggest support, and her husband's own is to top it up. It should not be just one, like coming to just from one place. You have to have your financial stability as well, because it will tell on you, it will tell on your husband as well. So I feel this should have been spelled out even before getting into marriage preparations. But if it was not discussed before then there's going to be an issue because if it does not sit well with the woman should not. I'm not saying the woman should accept. The woman should not, because that's going to change a lot of things in her life. Need to change a lot of things. Only if the woman is not that type of woman that is like aspiring, that does not have a lot of aspirations, that just wants to do something that comes away. Or maybe she just wants to be an entrepreneur, or she just wants to sell something. You understand that people wants to they want to be an entrepreneur, they can do anything from their phone. It is a woman who is ambitious, that's going to be a very difficult thing for that woman. And for that man to say that kind of thing, to be like, to be so rigid on that she has to, like, she doesn't have to work, then the man is a very wicked type to me, because you cannot say someone, you cannot tell somebody that is very ambitious, or that has aspirations to now die on everything, to keep everything because we want to get married. No, no. Marriage should not stop the woman from achieving whatever she wants to achieve. As a man, you're supposed to support your woman. You're supposed to be happy that your woman is successful. She's doing this, she's doing that. And then your woman too should be happy that we're both doing this, we're both achieving great things. Because your success is your husband's success. Your husband's success is your success. You are a team. You're supposed to be successful together. Help each other grow with each other, not just one party growing and the other party down. That's not a balanced equation. So it has to be both parties growing, supporting each other. So I feel the woman at that point to be at that point that they are trying to make such decisions, should know what she wants and stand for what she wants. If it is not going to sit well with her, if she think it is going to be very difficult for her, she should think well before she goes into that marriage. That's it. Over to you, Benedict.
Thank you so
Hello.
much. I apologize. I was kicked out by the network. Can you hear me, please?
We can now. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So I was kicked out. So thank you so much, Shukra. We need to check, and just like just like you were saying, hello, I'm not hearing
We
We
me.
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Hello,
Yeah.
good, thank you. Yes, so most women face this pressure, and even some people just believe that um maybe the man should be the one to have the whole money and all. But when you know what you want, when you know how uh what will affect you, and if the person is able to, shield and defend you, that's where you can put your head. But if you know that this person can flee at any moment, you are not supposed to risk it. And it just boils down to uh parents not just sometimes talking, telling people to accept, this is what your husband wants, accept it. No, you too, as a parent or as somebody who is elderly, check what the person is doing, check if this thing is fair to this lady before you can just tell her to accept, before you can just tell her to go with what the husband says because he's the husband. No, what if he's going to be taking decisions that will jeopardize the family, that will put the family, that will just throw them under the bus? So thank you so much for your comments. And let's I want to see if we have questions, and hope our audience are dropping their answers. Hope they are dropping their answers to the questions, because I'm sure you want to win something cool for yourself this love season. And I hope our speakers are not jealous. So don't be angry. Don't be jealous. Let's just show some love to our audience. So thank you so much, Mr. Adebayo, for your really deep side of the for your deep insight, for your contribution, and we really picked a lot of things, and I'm sure that our audience picked something great as well. And Ms. Shukra, from your end too, it's been interesting, it's been inspiring as well. Now I don't know if you both have anything you like to throw out to it's a season of love, and people have expectation, yeah, so people are still crying now. Maybe there was no box, there was no flower, there was nothing, hair, there was no cocoa on their door. Somebody is crying, somebody's already even wearing boxing glove, so that tomorrow they will go and box somebody. So, what do you have to, say to somebody out there, even in this season? And next year we still have the Valentines season, so that at least they will hold on to something next year. So, what do you have to? I'll start with you, Mr. Adebayo.
Mm. So I'd say that this is there are people that have shown us love deeply. So even when we didn't even know anything. So starting from our family, our parents, our siblings, our relatives, our friends. Uh, I think we should not allow ourselves to be pressured by how society is trying to define the Valentine's Day. So those kind of people, I think we should take this opportunity to appreciate them, to show them love, and for anyone that uh, maybe probably feels bad and maybe is not so happy maybe because there was no package or anything. I think it's another opportunity to self-reflect and think about it. Just go back to the fundamentals of why is this thing important to me, or and is it truly important? Does it uh, increase my value in any way, or does it decrease my value in any way? So, and they should come to the conclusion that none of those things define their value, and uh, they should find comfort in who they are and the beauty of whatever societal expectation or whatever culture that people are trying to create and pressure them into feeling whatever way.
Yes, thank you so much. They should redefine their values. Thank you so much. Miss Shukra, quickly, let's have
Okay,
your thoughts, final thoughts.
briefly, I would just like to say that to tell everyone watching to know that love is not just about romance or just material things. Love is about you admiring and loving yourself. Love is about growing. Love is about making sure that you are achieving your goals and you are not static. So we can fall in love, yeah. We should also fall in love with growing, achieving our goals with ourselves, with people beyond romantic love, right? So that's just what we need to say. Love yourself and love everyone else.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm sure that our viewers have picked a lot of things from this discussion, and I really do hope that we'll pick lessons and use them. It's not just enough to pick lessons, but use them in our daily life. But these are practical lessons, and you can also watch this video and watch. You can come on stream again and check, pick lessons, and use them in your daily life. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much our speakers for granting us this for gracing this event with your presence. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are
Thank you
grateful
for
to
having
have you,
us.
and yes, so thank you for agreeing to be
Thank
on
you
the
for
show.
having us.
So we'll say bye bye to you. And to our viewers, those who want our gifts, we'll reach out to you and you'll be able to get whatever it is that you want. Thank you so much. Continue to follow
Thank
Core
you.
Foundation, and we love you. So thank you. Bye.
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 Yeah.